My absolute favorite way of pressing veneers is using a vacuum bag. You take your veneer sandwich, slip it into the bag, seal it off, pump all the air out, and now you let Mother Nature do its work. It's very simple, it's efficient, and much like those late night commercials, you set it and you forget it. Now, I do this as a profession, so I do have a large system. It's made by Vacuum Press, and with this pump, along with the large bag that will accommodate a full 4x8 sheet of plywood, I can press large sheets of veneer. Whenever I'm making something this small, a tray, another box, I don't need to break out that large system. I end up using the bags from Roarockit, either this size here, the 26 by 28, or the one just slightly larger. And whenever I post about it on social media, I end up getting 2 questions, and that's what I'm going to tackle today. The 2 questions have to do with the accessories for vacuum pressing. One is what I call the remote pumping station. Roarockit calls this the TUG, and the other one has to do with this adapter made by Rockler. Pumping out the air from a Roarockit bag doesn't take much time nor effort and is a really simple process. The reason the TUG, or the remote pumping station as I like to call it, was created is so that you wouldn't have to do that pumping over a curved form, which works out great for guitar makers. Furniture makers can take advantage of that too. The main reason that I use the TUG is that I've spliced in a vacuum gauge which quickly tells me if I need to reseal the bag, and I can check up on it throughout the day. One side note is that if you don't have the TUG or a gauge, it's very simple to see if you need to pump out air by pinching one of the folds, and if it comes away from the platen, then you need to pump out some more air. When you order the luthier kit from Roarockit, it comes with the TUG and the special adapter from the bag to let you do your remote pumping. You also have the added option of adding a vacuum gauge. Now this was done before Roarockit did carry the vacuum gauge, so I had to go to a plumbing store to pick up the T-fittings, the adapters, and the vacuum gauge. As I mentioned before, pumping the air out of a Roarockit bag manually is not a difficult process. But since I have a vacuum press pump already, and I do a lot of veneering, I bought this adapter that's made by Rockler and carried by Roarockit, which allows you to use your vacuum pump to quickly pump out all the air and press your veneers even faster. Vacuum veneering is a really simple process, and it's made even easier by using some of these accessories. If you want to work with some of the best woods in the world, like this walnut burl, and make beautiful pieces, you have to learn how to veneer. It's not a difficult process. And if you have any questions, you can visit me on my website at blackwalnutstudio.ca.